Hey everybody, it's Rollie. Just checking to make sure my new mic is on. So I just wanted to jump in to just touch base. So for those of you who know me, know that and or are on my newsletter, you guys know that I have been off for this last week and a half, dealing with my dad's passing and prior to dealing with that. So I want to thank everybody for being patient and rescheduling Hefnasin. And so if you are catching the replay, just hashtag replay, let me know that you are catching the replay. And otherwise, I just wanted to give you guys an update as to what it is that's happening, what's going on, what's coming up. There's lots of things that have been going on behind the scenes that I normally kind of give you guys a heads up, keep you guys up to date as to what it is that's happening. But as you know, things have been a little bit crazy. So I wanted to jump in just to do like a quick kind of catch up. So if you're my newsletter, if you're on my email list, I should say, tomorrow you'll be getting the newsletter with an update like you do every Wednesday, every Saturday. I don't even know what day of the week it is, every Friday, with an update as to what's coming up, what's going on, and that kind of thing. So I wanted to start off with some of the changes, some of the things that are happening. So I'm going to be doing a lot more things inside the Holistic Wellness Lounge. And inside the Holistic Wellness Lounge is a poll that I have set up for us to be able to try and come up with a new name for it, because right now I have a number of different groups and I'm going to still have private groups for certain programs, but that's going to be done through the members portal. But everything else is going to be done inside my main group, which is currently right now called Holistic Wellness Lounge. And so sometime in September, I'm going to be looking at changing the name, but that'll be a little ways down the road. So we're looking at getting some new, some feedback as to what the name should be. And so inviting your friends to join us in there. So I'm going to be continuing to do the weekly card pulls inside the Holistic Wellness Lounge. That was a change that I made a couple months ago. And so I'm going to continue to do that. The other thing that I'm going to be doing is resuming the Moon Musings, which happen on Mondays. But again, with all the craziness, I just haven't been able to get to jumping on live to be able to share the Moon Musings. So I'm going to be doing that again. So I'm going to be going back and resuming that. The other thing that's coming up inside the Holistic Wellness Lounge, and that will be in the first week of September, that it's going to be a free workshop that I'm going to be doing, and it's called Loving Acceptance of Yourself. And so even if you are a member inside the Holistic Wellness Lounge, you'll still want to sign up for it. It's going to be happening inside the group, but then the girls are going to be helping send out some more information or some more messaging that's going to be happening that way. The other thing, and so the Loving Acceptance of Yourself, that workshop is going to be about the 12 dimensions. So we are always at the core, we are always at the center of everything that is going on. And so I talk often about the medicine wheel and how the medicine wheel connects. And so I'm going to be taking it into dividing it even that much further in using the wellness wheel. And the wellness wheel is divided into 12 quadrants. So we're going to be tapping into a little bit more about those particular things. Chatting with Wisdom is, I'm super excited. It is now, thanks to Teresa's help, has been able to get put onto Spotify and Apple. So it's now an official podcast. So I'm still going to be doing them live on Wednesdays. This week I did it on Tuesday, but next week I will resume on Wednesday. And sometimes it does change based on somebody's time zone, that kind of thing. And that's definitely not an issue that way. So I usually let people know ahead of time. But it's going to be live on Facebook, YouTube, and now it's going to be uploaded every week into Apple and Spotify. So any kind of podcast system you have access to, which is kind of cool. And so this has been something that I have been waiting for such a long time. It's now going to happen. And as you know from anything that I do, things are not scripted. I do have a little note right now just so that I can make sure that I'm tapping into anything that so I'm not missing anything. And I may still miss something because I was jotting it down really quickly before I jumped on. And so, but we have lots of activities that are going on in person. So I'm super excited about that with the things that have opened up. And so, yes, we're still restricted. There's still some things that we still can't do, but it's super exciting that we're going to be doing some in-person events. So on August 22nd at the Harbourfront Pavilion in Haileybury, and I know that it has different names, but I'm calling it the Harbourfront Pavilion because that's what it is that we call. That's what I've always called it. And so that is happening on August 22nd. There are still spaces, which is next Saturday. No, next Sunday. And so, like, not this coming week, the week after. So there are still some spots available. So you definitely want to register before too long because there are still limited spaces. And so we are looking forward to having people join us that day. The other thing that is happening in person is another retreat that's happening on September 18th. And that is happening in the Hudson Township area. So that is still in part of Neeliskeard. It's out in the outskirts of Neeliskeard. And it's happening at a very beautiful location. And it's called A Journey in a Day. And so that retreat is all going to be all about tapping into our inner selves. Like, there's really going to be lots of self-reflection during that day. Not that there's not going to be some self-reflection in the workshop at the retreat, the day retreat in Haileybury, but there's going to be a lot of self-reflecting. So during that time frame. The other, and for that one there's only 8 spots left because some of the other spots have already been eaten up before even getting the advertising out. It was already taken. So the other thing that we are doing is that I wanted to mention is the kids programming is starting up again in the fall. So on the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday after Labor Day is that we're going to be starting the kids programming, kids teens programming. So the Little Stars are on Tuesday, Mindful Hearts is on Wednesday, and the Worry Warriors is on Thursdays, and they all start at 4. They all get to have a snack. And I think that's one of the things that the kids really enjoy is making sure that they get their snacks. So we do snacks. But the focus is being able to help kids navigate through the emotions that they have going on with stress and anxiety. And sometimes that shows up and manifests in our behavior, in their behavior, as in our behavior as well. It happens, like, be honest. Let's be honest. It happens in our own behaviors as well. But like being able to focus on being able to recognize some of the emotions and how to be able to cope with it and deal with it. And we do it in fun, interactive ways. And the kids really do learn a lot. So this is our 3rd year coming in. And so the kids really do have an incredible insight in their own emotions, and the things that they notice is pretty incredible. So, but that is coming up. And right now, currently, for the way that things are in terms of restrictions, normally we have 10 spots per session, but we only have 5 spots per session. So I've opened it up so that because we've had some that have actually gone for the whole year. So they get 15% off if you sign up for the whole year, 10% off if you want to sign up per season. And then of course you can still do per session as well. So in a session is either 4 weeks for the little people or 6 weeks for the 2 older groups. And so that is happening as well. And then of course we've got our wellness center activities. And so we have chakra dance that is twice a week. So that's during the lunch hour. And I know that I've had some people ask about whether or not we can do chakra dance on in the evenings, and that's definitely something that's possible. But I need to make sure that we have enough people, enough interest. So if that is something that people are interested in, to let me know, and we can definitely find a time to be able to do a full chakra dance sessions on in the evenings. The angel messages workshop, that is once a month. I did that. I didn't do it in August. So that was the day before my dad had passed. And so I did not have a class that day, a session that day. So anybody who was registered for that one has been postponed to September. But looking forward to having many more people join us for that. And then on Thursday evenings, we have the Inner Moon Goddess. And so Inner Moon Goddess the name sounds kind of deceiving. And I'm going to go back and talk a little bit more about those in the upcoming weeks. But the Inner Moon Goddess sessions is really about support and being able to be connected with each other. So that's what is happening then and that's happening at the Wellness Center. We've got some other workshops, and I'm going to talk about those ones in a second. But we also have on Mondays and Tuesday evenings that I do, and these are virtual, is the Yoga Nidra. And so I have one in French on Mondays, and the other one is in French on Tuesdays. And so those are again available for anybody to be able to sign up for those. We have the Grief Healing Pot is another workshop that's happening inside the Wellness Center. So that's happening on August 21st, which is next Saturday. And so that is with Tamara McDonald Thomas. And so I don't want to mess up what it is that she has in terms of what she's sharing. So it says, so she actually calls it the healing grieving, or the Grief Healing Pot. I don't have that part written down, but the Grief Healing Pot, I think is what it's called. And so what she's going to be doing is she's going to have all the supplies and material that you need. And so what she says is, whether you are grieving past or present loss, this workshop is designed to help you heal the heart through art and expression. And so how can a pot heal? What does a shattered pot have to do with grief? The shattered pot is a reflection of a shattered heart and a shattered life. How will you put yourself back together with grief after loss? Art helps healing. Art gives these bits and pieces of attention they deserve and need. For the moment, you can sink into memories, thoughts, and feelings to give them an opportunity to speak, to be heard, and to be felt. This is especially important for feelings you are desperately struggling with. So that is what's happening. And so Tamara McDonald Thomas is who you would need to reach out if you have any questions. There is an event page on the Bridging the Gap Wellness site page on the Facebook page. So that's what is coming up with Tamara. And then the other thing is that we have Wendy and Dana are finally coming back since all of the lockdowns has been extremely challenging. And so they have a number of different things that they're bringing on the 2 days that they're here. So you have access to, so of course, Wendy offers her live blood analysis. And so, what it does is, I'm actually reading what it is that Wendy has sent. So this procedure will reveal areas of toxicity and congestion, immune stress of dysfunction, free radical activity, candida, yeast, fungus, bacteria, parasites, pH imbalance, over acidity or alkalinity, crystalline structures, nutritional deficiencies, hormonal and sugar imbalances, and malabsorption of proteins and fats, among other things. And so it's not meant to diagnose any kind of disease, but it allows you to be able to have an idea of what is it that you have going on. And so she follows up with her recommended follow-up is like every 4 months, to allow you to be able to integrate whatever changes that you have going on in your body. And so that's one of the things that they have going on. So she and Dana are bringing in the Eco Detox Flex Ionic Foot Bath. And so you can come in and get re-energized. I'm really looking forward to having a foot detox. And so it has a lot of different things that it can actually help you with. So improving sleep and soothing anxiety, boost overall vitality and cellular function, decrease inflammatory pain and joint disorders, promote emotional balance and mental clarity, ease detoxification of the body and regeneration of the organs, neutralizes free radicals and oxidative stress, support the nutritional system, and there's like so many more things that are actually in there. And then they've got this Sequex, which is the PMF mat. And so Dana's going to be bringing that in, and the Sequex is a revolutionary, apparently I can't speak today, health and wellness technology in the form of pulsed electromagnetic field therapy, which is where the PMF comes from, device that produces ion quaternion resonance. And this phenomena promotes the reduction of inflammation, induces a muscle relaxant, and effect that contributes to improving microcirculation. And you literally just come and lay on the mat. It's like really that simple. And then Dana is also available for thermography. So, and thermography gives a clear picture as to what it is that's going on based on the temperature of the skin. So it can actually, it picks up like on the inflammation, what's going on in the organs. Like it's really, really interesting to be able to see. So those are the things that Dana has going on. Isn't the Yoga Nidra on Tuesday in English? Did I say that backwards, Francine? So Mondays is in French and Tuesdays is in English. So yes, it is. And it does resume next week. And then we have the other thing that happens at the Wellness Center is we also have sauna rentals. So you can actually come in and have a sauna. And it is so relaxing. And it is a dry sauna. So it's not like one that gets all steamed up. And you adjust the temperatures, you set the time so that you know how long that it needs to be, that you're going to be in it for. And so that is the sauna, and it has tons of benefits as well. That's the word that I'm trying to say. So, okay, cool. Be happy to join you on both days. Yay, Francine. So Francine had been away before I had been, because she was doing the Yoga Nidra. So we also have a program that's called Soul Whispers, and it's all about Yoga Nidra, and it's 40 days of Yoga Nidra. And how is this different is that when we are on live, we actually get to connect with other people. So like that's the other part that is neat with being able to do the daily ones. And then of course the Wellness Center also has room rentals, so we can actually, so we had in July, actually, we had a little birthday party for a group of little girls that came in, and they really enjoyed having their time inside the group room. But you can rent the group room, you can rent one of the other rooms. So like if you needed to come and do some work, we have desks so that you can just kind of just zone out and connect with the internet and do whatever it is that you need to be doing that way. Or if you're a professional, you can come in and use it for that. The other thing that is happening is that we have a lot of website changes. So we have a number of different things that are happening with the website. Some changes are happening around that. And then we have, and then there's going to be some portal changes. So like anybody who signs up for anything has access to the portal. And then within the portal, there's like different things. And so different areas. So the navigation hasn't been overly easy to navigate through, but Claire is working on making some of those changes. So, and like I said earlier, is the Facebook groups that we have for each one of those individual programs are going to be done through another program directly on my website. So when you log in, you'll have access to those as well. So, but super excited that these are the things that are happening. And so I've got my new little heart that I need to find a new home for. So Miss Alexis drew my little heart, and so I just need to now find a new place for that as I get my office reorganized, because things have been pretty chaotic. So I've got a whole lot of piles of things that are happening, and so including had to make room for my new microphone. Isn't that fancy? So it was recommended that I get a different microphone for the sound. So hopefully that has been helpful. But anyway, these are my updates. These are the things that are going on. And so although I'm still not working technically this week, I am doing some little things kind of behind the scenes. And but if you hadn't yet rebooked your appointments, please do so for next week. Definitely would love to reconnect with people. And then the following week, I will still be taking my holidays. And so even though I've been kind of off, I'm still going to be taking that week of recharge because I'm also going to have a very busy week with It's Working Wonderfully. Sounds very clear. Awesome. And so with the new workshop that's coming up at the first week of September, I really need to recharge, plus the kids' programs and that kind of thing. So just want to have that opportunity to recharge next week or 2 weeks. So like not next week, the week after. That is my anniversary week, and that has always been my holiday time. But with all the craziness of starting up the center and doing all the things, I just thought that it would be easier for me to, I just hadn't taken the time off. So I'm definitely doing that this year. And ironically, it's just kind of everything kind of has fallen into place. So I will chat with all of you guys later and have a great day. And thanks very much, Francine, for being on live. And for anyone else who has kind of popped in and out, let me know that you have been on, and talk to you guys all soon. Bye for now.